What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. I hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I got a feeling we're going to have to come back to this conversation a little later because I can't be on as long as I usually am due to the fact that I got to run some errands with the kids. In fact, I got to let my daughter in the house probably in a few minutes, right? But yesterday, after I went live discussing y'all boy, good old JR, good old Jim Ross, and the racism that Devon Dudley says was thrown at him from Jim Ross, one of y'all left a comment under my live stream and said, you should do a video on Booker T's comments about David Otunga, right? Now, I wasn't aware of Booker T making comments about David Otunga. I didn't even know he said anything about David Otunga, right? So I wasn't privy to what I knew David Otunga had talked about John Cena bullying him behind the scenes during his WWE tenure, right? But I didn't know that Booker T responded to David Otunga talking about John Cena bullying him, right? And when I saw what Booker T said, Booker T called him all type of punk asses and was clowning him, laughing at him, saying, as a grown man, you let somebody bully you, you a punk ass. He was basically calling David Otunga like the B word, a B-I-T-C-H, right? And was laughing about it and was really just going in on David Otunga, calling him like just really trying to play him like he was less than a man, right? And when I saw this, I said, man, Booker T is an absolute pick me. He is a buck dancing, bootlicking pick me to the core. Every time a black wrestler has an issue with something, every time a black wrestler tries to air out their grievances with the WWE, with how they were treated, Booker T, they always march Booker T out from the back to just dispute everything the black wrestler says. Booker T gaslights the public and tries to gaslight the wrestler into believing that everything that they thought happened was a figment of their imagination. He tries to act like, it's silly for anybody to even think anything racist happens in the WWE. He tries to make it seem like, people are losing their mind or none of this is really happening. Oh, and I despise a man like that. I'm sorry. I despise a man like that because I'm sorry, I'm looking at my because Booker T is well aware of the racism that occurs in WWE. He's well aware of the bullying that occurs behind the scenes, right? But he want to kiss corporate ass so much in WWE. He acts like he don't know what's going on, right? When he himself was a victim of racist angles within his WWE tenure. He was a victim of not getting the proper pushes while being an exceptional talent, right? Foxy Brown, what's going on? Q Woods, what's going on, man? While being an exceptional talent, he never got the push that he deserved, right? Really because he was a black man and WWE did not push black talent like they were supposed to, right? Booker T is aware of this, but he want to make it seem like this is all just a figment of our imagination. Hold on, y'all. My daughter about to call me really quick. I got to open the door for her. Hold on, y'all. I'm here, y'all. Got to open the door for my baby girl. She about to call me. But anyway, yeah, Booker T is to me should be ashamed of himself because every time a black wrestler has an issue with race, he always is the one denying everything. And to me, that is the absolute definition of being a bootlicker, right? I understand he gets paid from WWE and he's made a nice amount of money and all of that, but it's shameful to carry himself the way he does. He won't talk bad about them. He won't talk bad about him. He won't say anything that's truthful. And that's the worst type of black man. What's wrong? Uh, to me, that's the worst type of black man to be. To be well aware of racist issues that occur in the business and to turn a blind eye to it and try to act like the black wrestlers are losing their mind. Same Booker T came out front and center, acting like Swerve was losing his mind and Swerve was just complaining. And he was mad. He was just making stuff up. I don't know what he's talking about. Booker, yes, the hell you do. Yes, the hell you do. Throughout your time, and when he came from WCW, y'all remember when he first came, he was jobbing out like a mug, losing to everybody, looking like he was a less than talent. And we all know that anybody that watches wrestling knows that. Hold on, y'all. Here, I'm about to get back on here. Yeah, anybody that watches wrestling knows that, right? We know. Hey, when you came over, you were losing to everybody. They had you in silly angles, putting him in angles. They had him as an unserious character. He doing stuff with Gold Dust. And listen, no disrespect to Gold Dust. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like Gold Dust. But they had him in all these unserious angles. He get into him and Triple H get into a feud. The racist words that was thrown around. People like me don't lose to people like you. You start talking about Booker T's nappy hair, right? Starts talking and telling Booker, dance for me, Booker, dance for me. You only supposed to entertain me, right? Then when first of all, he was supposed to win against Triple H, right? He was supposed to win against Triple H. Triple H took damn near 2 minutes to pin him, right? Making Booker T look weak. Booker T couldn't even kick out after it took Triple H like nearly 2 minutes to pin him. For real, like it's crazy. Then he never got the proper title push. When he got a title push, they put the secondary belt on him, and he had to do it under the whole King Booker, that whack ass King Booker act, right? Excuse me, y'all, because the live started off. I had to get off screen. I had to go get my daughter from downstairs and all of that. But like, yo, like Booker T is the worst type of black man in that type of field because he just want to be the savior. Like he want to be white folks savior in that industry, right? Like, why are you so mad that he talks about his experience with John Cena? Like, what the fuck? I think even John has acknowledged, like in recent interviews, the fact that he could be a huge A-word at times, an asshole at times, early in his career, at certain points in his career, right? But you're so dedicated to trying to, I don't know, you're trying to invalidate David Otunga. You're trying so hard to invalidate him. Like that to me is just clowned out to me. So Black Mall say what I'm talking about Booker T and the fact that when I did the live stream about Jim Ross and Devon Dudley's accusations of Jim Ross being racist, somebody on the stream told me, Mac, you should do a video about Booker T's response to David Otunga, right? I didn't know what was going on. I knew David Otunga went on his YouTube channel and talked about John Cena bullying him behind the scenes. But I had no idea that Booker T responded to that. I had no idea he had a response. Booker T get all on his channel, calling David Otunga all type of punk asses. Are you a punk ass? You let another man bully you, you a punk, you a punk, you a punk, right? And basically taking accountability off of John Cena, knowing like, okay, David Otunga was new in the business, right? And there was obviously a power dynamic that John had over every other wrestler, especially the newer talent in the industry, and he was trying to flex that, right? And he wanted to just call him all type of punks and this and that. But it's like, yo, in a way, Booker, you were getting bullied in a way. Because they were just letting you were doing anything that they like, any angle they had you, they was embarrassing you, Book. And as talented as you are, you in a grocery store fight with a Stone Cold, getting your ass whooped all throughout the grocery store, getting stuff poured all on you, milk and all type of stuff. You get 3 or 4 hits in that grocery store fight, looking like you don't even belong on the earth with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like you don't belong in his stratosphere. Like you don't belong in his stratosphere, right? And that happens to you. Then you don't get no title pushes. When you first come over to WWE, he said he bringing up Morgan Park. Yeah. Shout out. And you from Chicago. Shout out, Vaughn. But anyway, when you first get to WWE, you losing to everybody. They making a fool out of you. They putting you in tag team matches with Goldust. They try to turn you into low-key a R-Truth character. And like, man, don't get me started on R-Truth, man. People love him, but they made R-Truth a minstrel show. We got to call a spade a spade. R-Truth is there to buck his eyes and make white folks comfortable, right? He got a little Derrick Lewis going on with him. Right? Like he got that Derrick Lewis. I called Donald Trump. I called Donald Trump. Donald Trump. I called Donald Trump. I get on the phone with Donald Trump. Donald Trump called me. I called Donald Trump. I say, Donald Trump, call my boy. Call me Derrick Lewis. Donald Trump, my boy. I get on the phone. Love me some Donald Trump. Donald Trump, I want to be with Donald. All that silly ass shit he do. My balls sweaty. My balls hairy. My nuts is big. That's all they. Derrick Lewis is the court jester for UFC, and R-Truth is the court jester for WWE, right? So, yeah, like, come on, man. They was trying to low-key turn Booker into that for a minute with Goldust and all of that, right? Then again, he get into that angle with the feud with Triple H. Triple H calling him nappy-headed, all type of stuff up in there, telling him, dance for me, Booker, dance for me. You people like you supposed to only entertain me. Right? All this is what he's gone through in the business, right? While never getting a proper title push, even when his momentum was high. They put the secondary belt on him only when he was under that King Booker act. He couldn't even win the belt while he was the five-time WCW champion. He couldn't even get the belt then, right? So to act like, to try to, oh, you let a grown man bully you. Well, shit, WWE was doing what they wanted to do with you. Right? So in a way, they strong-armed bullied you in a way, for sure. Yeah, you acquiesced to it, but I'm sure it's probably a lot of stuff you didn't agree with. But you rolled down and let it happen. You know what I'm saying? So he trying to downplay David Otunga. This is the problem I have. Every time a black wrestler has an issue with the WWE, they go get Booker T from the back. They go get him from the back and he put out all the fires. He tried to tell all the black wrestlers they losing their mind. They don't know what they talking about. He tried to gaslight the black wrestlers and the black wrestling community to make us believe, oh, we not seeing what we seeing. And to me, that's sucker stuff to me. Because Booker, you supposed to got to push a proper push, way better push than that. And you come out here trying to invalidate every black wrestler's experience, especially as it pertains to race. And that's corny to me. This is why as soon as he did that stuff, when he talked about Swerve Strickland and he don't see what racism in the industry, he don't know what Swerve Strickland talking about. Y'all seen me get right on here, right on this platform. I made a regular video and live stream cutting into Booker T. Cutting into Booker T for real. Because for me, I can't, to see him doing all of that. I'm like, bro, what? Are we gonna be for real? Are we gonna play? Are we gonna be for real? We seen what happened with black talent in the WWE. Mark Henry, he the world's strongest man, but he steady losing matches at the beginning of his career. They got him with sexual chocolate gimmick. He in a gimmick with Mae Young. She gave birth to a hand. Stuff like that, right? Like, come on, like, what is we doing? Then every time a black champion get the belt, he become a sacrificial lamb for Brock Lesnar. Black champion get a belt, even when they finally let it happen, right? And we talked about this yesterday. When Kofi Kingston became champion with the main belt, He became a sacrificial. They let it happen. They saw the reaction. They said, okay, we doing this now. We're going to do it a few times. But then they become a sacrificial lamb to Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar just eliminate him, like just get him up out the way like he ain't nothing, right? And what I was told was, oh, well, of course, Kofi Kingston, he wouldn't be able to compete against big, strong Brock Lesnar, but they got little ass Rey Mysterio in matches with Big Show and the Great Khali and all that. He winning matches and got these big old dudes. And somebody gonna comment under my video yesterday, well, Ray was a luchador and he high flying. I don't care if he was a luchador, lucha store. I don't care. Ain't no way in hell he supposed to be beating Big Show and them in no match. I don't care how much high flying, how much West Coast pop 619 and he do. He ain't supposed to win no matches, get them big ass dudes, right? But Rey Mysterio, he beating them in all in matches. Is he winning? But Kofi Kingston is out of the realm of possibility for him to ever be able to beat Brock Lesnar, right? So, and that's my issue with Booker T. Booker T knows a lot of these things, but he want to act like he want to play dumb to it and act like he's oblivious. I don't know what they're talking about. But what? Man, don't get me started on that, man. I can't do a call in, right? Because I can only talk on here for like 30 more minutes because I got to go run and get my son, right? Tonight, I can go back on and do a call in or whatever. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see. Let me get my stuff off first, and we'll see how much time we got left, and then I'll let some call ins come on. If not, I'm gonna just redo this. I'm gonna do this live again later on tonight. But yeah, man, like Booker T. He has become the pick-me for them. Pick me, pick me, pick me. I'm the black man that don't see race, that don't see no issue with racism or nothing. Pick me, y'all. Pick me. Like, it's too much bootlicking, bro. You from Houston, Texas. When I see how Stevie Ray be talking his brother, how Stevie Ray be militant and standing on business, goddamn, Booker, what happened to you? What happened to you? Because you don't got that edge your brother got. And I know everybody ain't cut like they siblings, but it's just like, I'm just so tired of him invalidating every black wrestler. Every time a black wrestler come out and say something about what happened in WWE, here come Booker T. He marching out. I'm going to put it into this here. I'm going to put it into this. Y'all black wrestlers need to be kind, be happy, be loyal to Triple H and WWE. They did everything for you. They took you out the jungle. They made you civilized, put you some money in your pocket, gave you a job to help get you them butter biscuits. Be happy you can eat them butter biscuits from Popeyes. Just be happy. Hey man, hello. My dog James, I appreciate the donation, bro. He say, Mac, watch for the current black WWE superstars. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Naomi, Lash Legend, Trick Williams, Oprah Femi, Carmelo Hayes, Javon Evans, Leon Slater. Okay, cool. I got to get back into the wrestling world. But as a kid, I was a wrestling fanatic, right? I was all into wrestling. And so I know what Booker T went through. And for him to act like we didn't see what happened, like, man, what? So every bootlicker gets the Joe Brown voice. Joe Brown, I'm Judge Joe Brown here. I don't see racism. I don't see color. You black people need to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. I wouldn't call Charlie Kirk a racist. I would say he has a difference of opinion. That's Judge Joe Brown there, boy. Devon, what's happening, man? Yeah, I never saw Booker T's response to David Otunga. And I can't stand how he's always the one to invalidate black wrestlers every single time. It's like he played good old boy for them. And they rub him on the head and say, attaboy, Booker. Attaboy, that's what you do. Like, man, bro, look, I know you getting paid from WWE. So just don't, if you I guess wanna keep your money secure, just don't say nothing. Why do you gotta oppose every black wrestler that says something about what happened in the business about racism being present? You know, like every company got that one black person they march from the back. to put out the fires. When they do some racist stuff, they go grab a black person that worked for them to say this company is not racist. They put money in my pocket, took me off the street, fed me good, and they helped keep me well fed and clothed. It's very annoying for me because again, as somebody that recognized Booker T talent, to see him never get that type of push, it's like, bro, you know you were supposed to get a way better push than what you got. They keep putting a secondary belt on y'all, man, giving y'all that little ass, that Hitman damn. That's the Hitman damn belt. That's the damn. I don't really want to put a belt on you, but since I'm getting a little heat and they want one of y'all to be champion, here, take this damn secondary belt. You're not gonna give me the intercontinental type belt. Of the big belts, you're gonna give me the intercontinental version of it. Oh, don't get me started on Tony Atlas. I made a video about Tony Atlas and I got a strike on my channel. I think Tony Atlas saw my video because I was clowning him to no end, because Tony Atlas is the worst. The worst. I promise you. Tony Atlas started getting on TV talking about that's reverse racism in me. When you talk about white peoples and you talk about them being racist, that's kind of reverse racism. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that at all. I just don't think that's right. I just, and then he got a white girlfriend that be punching him all in the face. He be licking her shoes. Like she be kicking him all in the face, stomping on his face, all of that wild, weird ass shit she be doing. And Tony Atlas, he just all cool with it. Like, where's your integrity and your pride and dignity at, brother? You one half of the first black tag team champions in WWE, and you don't see no racism at all. You start talking about reverse racism and shit like that. Like, anytime a black person starts talking like that, get you the hell up out of here. Anytime I hear a black person say reverse racism, or I hear a black person say stuff like, you being a victim. I say, oh, they got you. They got you. Your ass is compromised. They got you. You can't hang around me. I don't, what T.I. say on ATL? I want to kick it with you, skate with you, hoop with you. Nothing. I don't want to do none of that with you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It's just like, but again, being a fan of WWE, like I started watching wrestling like 98, 99, right? I was a little itty bitty boy. So I've seen the lack of black talent being pushed, right? And in fact, I've seen like even the Samoans get pushed with they have black bravado and they get pushed. And that's how they try to get off. I guess they love, are we pushing some people of color, right? But we know they always gonna push the Samoans. They gonna push the Samoans all through there. Jacob Fatu, he just the Samoan version of Marshawn Lynch. I heard Jey Uso stole Montez Ford and them swag low key, right? But yeah, but me watching the black talent that has come through, there is no way Shelton Benjamin should have never gotten a real push for that title for real. As talented as Shelton Benjamin is, as talented, everybody say Shelton Benjamin one of the most premier, like the most top talents they ever seen. From Bruce Pritchard to what's the other dude name, man? What's the other what is the other white dude name? They always be going off. I forgot his name, man. But yeah. Like they always talk about how talented Shelton Benjamin is. Never got no push. They talk that people started saying, well, he don't got no good mic skills. Jim Cornette, yes. Cornette, Stephen B. Jim Cornette, yes. Jim Cornette, all of them rave about Shelton Benjamin. Rave about not Eric Bischoff, Jim Cornette, not Jim Ross, Cornette. They all rave about Shelton Benjamin. And Shelton was left in the dark. So, and then I would see other black talent come through. Like even the excuse for Ron Simmons, right? Ron Simmons, Farouk, first black champion, WCW. He come over to WWE. He don't get he's Nation of Domination at first, then he gets to the Acolytes / APA, and as menacing as Farouk is, he don't never get no singles push. It's so funny. Soon as APA broke up, JBL or Bradshaw, he became JBL and then started getting all the single pushes. They say, well, Farouk, he didn't get no singles push because he was too old, right? And I'm looking like, man, y'all be giving a lot of older superstars pushes a lot, quite often. So what you be talking about? Then they have Ron Simmons just got relegated to being like a meme or a blaxploitation quote. Damn, 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 damn. That's all he like, and I love Ron Simmons. I love Ron Simmons for real, but he just damn. That's all they made him be. Like, it's like a little joke, a little one-liner joke. Versus how cut up dude was, even in older age. They said Ron Simmons didn't even have to, he didn't even come working out and lifting. He'll do a little lifting. He was naturally cut up like that. Yeah, turn Ron Simmons into Florida Evans. Damn, damn, damn. They say he didn't even have to do no lifting, like he was naturally cut up. Now, you know, he was an All-American at Florida State. His jersey is retired for the Florida State Seminoles. His jersey is retired there. All of that. He's in a college. I think he's in a college football Hall of Fame. Everything. Ron Simmons was the real deal for real in football, right? He just happened to be undersized at his position when he got to the NFL, right? But dude, look how cut up Ron Simmons is and all of that. Ron ain't never get at menacing he looked. They ain't never give no push, you know. So I say that to say, I like when I see, I'm giving examples of a lot of the black talent that have been spurned, that have been looked over, that just be like, oh, they glossed over. The only, I guess their vindication or their saving grace was, hey, we gave y'all The Rock. But we all know The Rock was always marketed more as a Samoan. He was always marketed as a Samoan, not as a black superstar. They only want to acknowledge the blackness when Black History Month come, and then they want to show Soul Man Rocky Johnson up there on the screen and say, oh, this is his son. But other than that, hey, see Samoan all the time. You know, so I don't know, man. When I saw the way Booker T was talking about Swerve Strickland, the way he was talking about him, I say, oh, nah, bro. Oh, no. I ain't letting you just get that. We ain't going to be letting you get that off. And you are privy to all the racist stuff that's happened within the WWE, within the business. And you're going to act like you just don't know what's going on. Yeah, Kamala. Oh, my God, man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So they did R-Truth dirty. And again, they had R-Truth. R-Truth was a jobber his whole career. And then he just became a court jester. He, he became a court jester for white folks, the white audience. Bucking his eyes every time he get on screen. He looking like a minstrel show. He was just there to make them laugh. Again, he became WWE's version of Derrick Lewis. And y'all know how I feel about Derrick Lewis. Derrick Lewis is there to make white folks comfortable in UFC, to make them laugh, to make them at ease. And they say, oh, he's a good guy. I like this Derrick Lewis, man. He makes me laugh. He makes me laugh. Good guy. Makes me laugh, man. I like how he says he likes Donald Trump. I like how Derrick Lewis always shouts out Donald Trump. I like that Derrick Lewis. He's always talking about his big hairy balls. His balls are always sweaty. I like this guy. This Derrick Lewis, man, he doesn't talk about anything serious. Doesn't talk about any serious issues going on in America. He's not one of these pro-black guys talking about black issues. He just talks about his balls. His hairy ball sack. I like him. He's really good. He only wants to talk about Donald Trump. I like that. Derrick Lewis keeps white folks safe and he keeps them feeling safe and comfortable, right? R-Truth do the same thing. Make them feel safe and comfortable in them environments, man. And like, Man, and I don't know if that was his idea or WWE's idea, whatever the case is. Now again, when they let him be serious, he do be getting his stuff off, but it's just like I just don't like how he been jobbing out his whole career, losing to everybody, and then turn into like, just to make them laugh all the time, But and again, I know people gonna get mad at this video. We don't know what you're talking about. Like when I talked about Booker T, and I said when he was saying he didn't know what race, like I don't know what racism they're talking about, and I called him out about it, and I talked about all the stuff he went through himself. I saw people in my comments like, how can you tell a man about his own experience? How can you tell a man about his own experience? I'm like, man, we had eyes. We could see what was happening. We saw with our own two eyes what was going on in the WWE, how he was being treated, all that. We saw it. We don't need nobody. We don't need him to say it. No, we could see what's happening. You ain't got to. You ain't got to. A man don't got to tell me he getting peed on for me to see it. I can see it. You ain't got to tell me it's happening to you. I see it. So, hey y'all know I can't. Derrick Lewis. I'm just sorry. UFC people love him. Man, he is quite annoying to me. He can't say two sentences without saying Donald Trump's name. Donald Trump, I just called Donald Trump. Donald Trump, I want Donald Trump, my friend. I want to call Donald Trump. Thank you, Donald Trump. Donald Trump, I love you, Donald Trump. Donald Trump, please call me Donald Trump. I got on the phone with them looking for President Trump. God damn. Brother, stand up. Hey, I'm tired of that. She said, Sabbatical Queen said, Booker T reminds me of Dennis Rodman. Two soulless addicts who don't know if they're coming or going. Let me tell you something. I tell you this all the time. White folks love people like Dennis Rodman. That is when racist white people say, I got a black friend, they pull out somebody like Dennis Rodman. A guy who really not connected to to his blackness in a lot of ways. He's very eccentric. He wants to be more worldly than anything. He's a free spirit. He really don't care about nothing. He's very unserious. He likes to date a lot of white women and white supermodels and all of that. And listen, you date who you want to date. But what I'm saying is Dennis Rodman is very unserious a lot of times. He's really big and tall, so they can show him off like a white women look at black men like Dennis Rodman like exotic pets. I'm sorry. And y'all know I ain't lying. They be like, look at this tall Negro I have. Look at my tall, tatted up, pierced up Negro. Look at my big 6'6" Negro. That's what they be doing, man. Like, he dating Carmen Electra. Carmen Electra and them was looking at him like as something to show off to their friends. Definitely, yes, some safari. Look at this Negro with this colorful hair and these piercings on him and these tattoos, and he's so unserious. He don't care about nothing. He don't care about nothing but getting high and being a rock star. That they love them type of dudes right there. That as long as you unserious, that is they man. Yes, exactly. They mandingo. That is that Dennis Rodman, them type of dudes be like they mandingo to show off to their friends. Can you imagine what he's like in bed? Y'all remember on Get Out when the older white woman grabbed Rose's hand and said, "Is it better? Is it better? Is the experience better?" That's what they do with Dennis Rodman now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they be doing. And like Booker T, man, it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing to see him like this. But I'm not surprised because he showed his hand so many times. So he just, David Otunga, you a punk ass. You a punk ass. Cause you gotta go out there and run and protect John Cena image. You gotta cover John Cena and run all and cover him. Like, remember when Calvin Candy got popped on Django and Samuel L. Jackson character Steven said, Calvin, That's Booker T running the John Cena. Like, man, what? John don't need your assistance. John know he was an a-hole a lot of times throughout his career, and he's kind of acknowledged that at times. So, like, why you gotta feel like you gotta run and try to run and protect John in this instance? You want to call him all type of punks and all of that. Like, man, what? What? Don't get me started, especially after Triple H took about 2 minutes to pin you, and then he still got the pinfall on you, making you look weak as a actual as a WWE superstar and all of that, man. Like, yeah, man. And it's always crazy too, because the dudes with all these superhero gimmicks, I love the kids. I'm the kids' hero. I'm the somebody that the kids could look up to. I'm their icon. They always be having the most crazy. They be doing the wildest stuff behind the scenes. Or they always a-holes. Like, Hulk Hogan, he was racist. He was out here, railroading people, throwing folks under the bus left and right, like Jesse Ventura, and people trying to start a union. He throwing people under the bus left and right. John Cena, he out here. I didn't hear nothing racist about John, but John out here being an a-hole to everybody, to a lot of the young up and coming talent. A lot of them do that. WWE for real is like a big ass high school. The locker room in the back is a high school. Everybody vying for popularity. You got to go to other dudes like to get stuff resolved. Like Undertaker is the end all be all in the locker room. You got to go to him for his approval for everything. He not the boss of the company, but you got to go through him. These dudes in the back be playing all type of love mind games with people and doing all type of obnoxious, stupid jokes or racist jokes and all of that type of stuff. And then if you don't acquiesce to the jokes and laugh it off, or they gonna run and say you not one of the boys and all that. Like, I promise y'all, I couldn't have been in that environment. I'd have been fighting. And I'm not even an angry spirit or like I'm not an aggressive spirit at all. But I would have been fighting in that environment, how they be acting in there. You know what I'm saying? Hey. What did y'all tell me? Patrice O'Neal said, Mike Tyson, I love you. I just don't like how comfortable white folks are around you, Mike Tyson. They love Mike Tyson. Oh, look at this brutish brute. Mike Tyson say, I'm going to F you till you love me. Yes. Just look how these Negroes up here acting like a big, strong brute. Oh, man. But yeah, of course, it's hey, look, Mike was a phenomenal talent, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. But yeah, y'all, the Derrick Lewis boy said Freddie Fox wrote all John Cena raps. I didn't know who that is. Who Freddie Fox? But yeah, man. So to see Booker T, I ain't gonna lie. I come to your channel to hear you do the white people accents. Ah! Booker T, the type of brother that white supremacists look at and be like, good guy. He's a good guy, man, good guy. Doesn't cause any trouble, doesn't ruffle any feathers, doesn't come around with that race talk, just puts his head down and works, just a worker, just works his ass off, man. Sheldon Benjamin didn't want to bring his mother with him on the road because he said he would end up fighting somebody in the locker room. Now, I never seen Blood and Bone. No. He said, sad to see my boy Charlie X say, sad to see the buck breaking of these phenomenal athletic talents. Show so much bravado in the ring, but then cower to white supremacy. And that's really the sad part, right? All that bravado in the ring they show, man, it be so much bravado, and then when white supremacy, when in the face of white supremacy, they cower. That's the disappointing. Like, you know, strong can lift up 5, 10 people, but then cower in the face of white supremacy. Even like Mark Henry, he be back and forth. Like he be too wishy-washy. He play both sides of the fence. You know, he'll talk about the racist gimmick that they gave him, about the gorilla gimmick and all of that. But then when he gets in interviews and they say, was there racism in WWE? And he'll be like, it's racism in everything. No, motherfucker, we asking you, was it racism in the organization you chose to wrestle in? We ain't talking about anything else. We talking about where you was at wrestling, where you made your name. Was there any racism going on? He want to talk around it. Like, and that's why, like, I'll be so glad the day that black wrestlers will tell the truth about certain things that happen in WWE. A lot of them are still afraid to do so, right? Even and Devon he didn't really want to all the way go there like that. Maven, he'll acknowledge that, you know, racism in one angle, then kind of walk it back a little bit. It's just like a lot of, and Maven, you know, mixed race. But yeah, man, it's just, I don't know, man. That's like when Swerve Strickland said, yo, black talent, they're not properly pushed. I was like, yeah, he's telling the truth, and I felt that. Because they're not. They're absolutely not. And if we gonna act like that, we just lying to ourselves, acting like they are. You know, like said there should be a sit-down documentary with black wrestlers exposing racism in professional wrestling. I didn't see the Rock father, Rocky Johnson, get on there and talk about Dick Murdoch and them Dick Murdoch being a real Klan member, a card-carrying Klan member, and how Dick Murdoch used to brag about it to people. You know, and he was like, and Rocky Johnson was aware of this, you know, but then you got, again, I be talking about Tony Atlas so bad over here, boy. Tony Atlas, boy, man. Tony's so broken. He's so in a sunken place. He don't, man, I don't know if Tony even know he black no more. Tony might pop up like, I'm not black, I'm Tony. So yeah, I just, when whoever that was that told me to look up Booker T's reaction to David Otunga, I saw that. I was so disappointed, y'all. I was just like, yo, this is really, really clowned out from him. This is really clowned out to the highest degree. And I felt, I wasn't shocked, but again, it was very disappointing because of all people, Booker T, you know how you was treated in WWE when you came over there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But you know, I just wanted to hop on here real quick and share those sentiments. I gotta hop off in like a couple of minutes because I gotta go get my son. I'm gonna come back on later on because I know this is a topic that people wanted to speak on and like wanted me to bring them up to talk. So we can do that for sure. A little later on, I gotta get my son. But I just wanted to like just get that off my chest because I was just like, look at this here. Like, look at how these dudes acting. Look at people like Booker T out here acting as if like when a black wrestler says something about certain things that happen in WWE, he treats them like they were the racists or they were the ones who did something wrong. And then like has nothing to say about the people who were said to have done these things. You know, it's like he gets mad at the black talent for speaking up about anything. He ready to whoop their ass about speaking up. Hey, don't mess my money up now. Don't do that. Don't you talk about WWE. Don't you talk about Triple H. You know what I'm saying? Just seen it, bro. Like, I promise you, I didn't even, because I seen David Otunga talking. I don't know how David Otunga even came up on my YouTube, because I hadn't been looking at no wrestling lately, right? So I don't know how David Otunga came up, like, probably because I was looking at podcasts. I don't know, but it came up on my YouTube screen. And I'm like, David Otunga talk about, John Cena. So I watched it, right? But I never saw Booker T's response at all. I never saw it until somebody commented to tell me to look at it. He said they heard you talking about wrestling facts. These people be listening, man. They be listening to what I be saying. They be listening to your boy. Said Booker T kissed a lot of white heat to be ringside commentate. Man, what? Yeah, bro. Too crazy, man. Like, even Miss McMahon, what's up, my N-word? That was just wild. And he said the N-word like he had the hiccups. Like, what? And then Booker T, tell me he didn't just say that. Tell me he didn't just say that. Yes, Sabbatical Queen, Jennifer Hudson's ex-husband, David Otunga, he has an interesting life. The brother was a lawyer from Harvard Law School. He got into wrestling. He was on reality TV, sucking on New York's toes on TV. He didn't done everything. That brother didn't did it all. He didn't dated Jennifer Hudson. He was he married? He married to her though. Yeah. He didn't marry Jennifer Hudson. All of that. Like, that brother didn't live the life. That brother didn't. They say, yeah, I remember him on I Love New York. Yeah, his name was Punk on I Love New York. Sucking on New York's toes. Well, didn't he suck on New York Tiffany Pollard? Didn't he suck on her toes on the show? I think he did. You feel me? I think he did suck on her toes. Well, after I Love New York, Sabbatical Queen, he got into professional wrestling. Right? He didn't suck on her toes on there. I'm tripping. I thought he did. Maybe I'm tweaking. Somebody did on there. But I know he was on that show, though. I know he was on that show. Hey, look. Hey, did Jennifer Hudson cheat on him with Molly Music? Remember that was a rumor? Jennifer Hudson cheated on him with Molly Music. Said the other dude did. Okay, guys. Y'all know Molly Music. Stuck in your ways. Stuck in your mind. He had that song with Janae Aiko. That was my little joint. That if you said it, it's over. I won't. I just come back for more. I didn't care if he did or didn't. I remember that was the rumor, though. I remember that was the rumor. But look, y'all, man. Look, I got to get off this thing. Hey, I appreciate everybody that sent the donation, whether it be on Cash App, whether it be through the YouTube app. It's all love. I appreciate all of that. Any little bit helps, in my journey to being a full-time YouTuber. So I thank y'all who came through. A lot of y'all, we had a big audience today, this evening. So I thank everybody that came through, show love, commented, show support. That mean a whole lot to me, y'all. So thank y'all so much. I'm gonna come back on here a little later. We're gonna talk some more. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a whole different live stream discussing a more serious matter. But yeah, man, we can go back to this conversation a little later. But I gotta go get my little man, y'all. So thank y'all. Peace.